Okay, I'm going to try to be quick. We've been really busy. We've gotten a lot done. So, the way I see it, our party has one job, and his name is Jim Matheson. So, the question is, how are we going to get rid of this guy? He's the only elected Democrat in Utah County. And we have a strategy. Now, Richard Ramelt, the author of Good Strategy, Bad Strategy, described the strategy as beginning with understanding your strengths and your weaknesses and using your strengths in a creative way to apply leverage. Our greatest strength in Utah County is that we're the majority party, and we can call anybody in 75% of the county, and they'll answer our phone calls. Our greatest weakness is that we're the majority party, and we don't bother to call most of our voters because we assume that they believe what we believe. What we're going to do to defeat Jim Matheson is take a page out of Barack Obama's playbook. We're going to call our voters, all 20,006 of them in CD4, and we're going to find out what their priorities are so that our nominee can effectively target to them, reach out to them where they are ideologically, let them know that we understand their values and their views, and we can convince them to vote for our nominee. Now, in order to do that, we're going to deploy a data strategy, or we have deployed a data strategy. Well, when I came in, we didn't have a hosting account. Now we do. We have a dedicated server, and we have an enterprise-class CRM system on that server that has the capacity to send out 100 emails a minute and reach all 130,000 Republicans in Utah County every single day. And we're going to be populating that database with information about voter sentiment, what people care about and what's important to them. Now, this is not a replacement for VoterClick. This is going to enrich VoterClick. It's going to add a qualitative element to what's already there. And that's in place. Now, we need a place to stage the strategy in order a place to stage the fight. And so I went to my old boss, John Pastana, he's the founder of Omniture, and I told him, we're homeless. Is there anything you can do to help us out? And he generously donated an office space to us. It's at the mouth of Provo Canyon, 800 North. It's 1,500 square feet. It leases for about $1,400 a month. It's about a $30,000 2-year donation that he gave us for a $0 lease. It's 5 offices. It has 5 offices. It has a conference room. The conference table in there is worth about $2,000. That was donated from Action Target, the mayor of Provo's company, and some Republicans up in Davis County. It has a 25-seat classroom with a high-definition television that was donated by Russ Maddox. And so we're ready to go. Now we need people. We need volunteers to get in there and make calls. So we've done something unusual. We launched an internship with UVU for the first time ever. And that's been approved this week. We're going to have interns start interviewing next week. And in the next couple of weeks, we'll have kids in there making calls, voter identification calls into CD4. And we figure we can make 4,000 or 5,000 phone calls a month when it's up and running. In order to do that, in order to populate the database, of course, they need computers. So we went to Jason Chaffetz and Kurt Bramble and Becky Lockhart and John Valentine, and we told them we can't afford PCs. And they donated $2,100 to us. Thanks for that, Kurt, by the way, and Becky. Because we're frugal and we're Republicans, we went to Walmart, got the PCs on sale, and we only spent $1,850. So we made a profit there, and we used it to buy pens and paper. We've given lip service as a party to reaching out to the youth for the last couple of years, and we've done some efforts, and that's nice. But I thought we'd do something else unusual. So for the first time in the last few years, like 5, I believe, we reached out to the UVU and BYU College Republicans. Now, you saw them here, but they had to go and do some work for some local mayors, to fight for our principles. But it's exciting that they were able to get involved, and that's going to be important. Now, I'm going to ask real quick, if there's anybody here, so the internship program requires supervision. We have to have members of the party watching these kids. So if there are any of you willing to volunteer at the office, we'd really love to have you, because we want to keep it open 8 hours a day. And if we can have one member of the party in there, then we can have 4 or 5 volunteers making calls while you're in the room. The next thing that we did is we engaged the largest survey provider in the world, Qualtrics. It's our survey provider of record at Hewlett-Packard. They're located down in Orem. And we said to them, can you help us out? Now, they didn't want to make a political donation, but they made a donation to me personally of a $10,000 enterprise survey license. So we can actually now go out and survey the folks in CD4 and frankly Utah County and ask them, what do you think about the caucus system with statistically significant data, and figure out how to target and how to hone our message. Our system, we're using it right now, we're scrubbing it and looking at, making sure that we have proper contact information for all of our delegates. And we have the ability to send out up to 144,000 emails a day. But there's a challenge. Several people in this room, actually, marked us as spam in their Gmail accounts. So we weren't able to reach 30% of our delegates who have emails with us because they're on Gmail. Gmail blocked us. So I'd ask you, first of all, not to do that. But we're now paying for a system that guarantees delivery even to Gmail users. And that throttles us to 40,000 emails a day, but a month, but we only have 7,000 emails, so we'll be okay. But just look in your spam folder and mark us as not spam going forward, please. I did an analysis this week also in the database of our phone coverage. For precinct chairs and vice chairs, we only have 77% of your phone numbers, which is bad. If you're a precinct chair or vice chair in this county and we don't have your phone number, that's a problem. So if you guys could do me a favor and just make sure that your credentialing out there, that your phone number is correct, and your ledge chairs, I want you to be extra diligent, make sure we have that contact information. But I want to commend Ledge District 60, 48, and 27, if the ledge chairs there will stand, because you guys are above 85% compliance with phone numbers. Good job. Now, I'm going to speed through this. I'm going to try and finish this up quick. So we're trying to utilize technology to make this party run more effectively. We have project management systems in place, ETL systems. We're trying to act like an enterprise, even though this is just a volunteer organization. And one piece of technology that we've launched is a texting application. It's called PBS Text. Now, we tested it at our concert, and we got 700 opt-in texts, which is great. 700 phone numbers of kids is terrific. But here's the way it works. If you text UCRP to 3373, you opt into our texting system. Now, Joey went around and collected some cash from all you guys, and that's great. I think we raised about $300. Casey has said that if everybody here gave $20 a year to the party, we'd be in great shape. Joey has a little scanner here if you have a credit card. This is the 21st century. Who carries cash anymore? So you're welcome to come up here and scan here, but as a test, you could text UCRP to 33733 right now and donate money to the party from your phone. So I'd encourage a couple of you to try that. And it's 33733, and you're going to be texting the text UCRP to 33733, and you can donate. How much does it donate? It'll donate whatever you ask. We like bills, large bills, though. So, yeah. So this is what we're. Huh? Yeah. Oh, well, I'll hand it to you for that. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to put together a data strategy, to allow us to use best practices that Obama used on us in 2012 to defeat Romney, to make sure that our voice is heard. I live by a maxim: your focus becomes your reality. For the last 100 years or so, America has been the focus of the world, and we've seen the results, right? Democracy's on the march, and capitalism is the rule rather than the exception, even in backwaters like China. Our job is to make Utah, in particular Utah County, the focus of America. And people are going to be watching this. Jason Chaffetz is on the data committee for the NRCC, and he's watching what we're doing. We really have an opportunity here to show the rest of the country how it's done. So thanks for your time. I'm not going to take any more. Jason.